And a very good day, everybody. Something very special this morning. I'm really happy to have an opportunity to get you guys to know KevTV. He kind of calls me a mentor on YouTube, and I don't, that kind of, it sounds like you're, I hate to feel like something special on YouTube. I prefer to call you a friend because you've been a wonderful friend to me down in Los Angeles here. But I thought today, Kev, it might be interesting if we get to know you a little better as a YouTube celebrity and as an IRL celebrity, because you've rubbed elbows with some pretty significant people in the IRL community and things. And it's unusual. You and I have both come to the IRL. It's one of the things that we really love to do in life, and there's not a ton of people like us out there, but let's get to know you a little better. Good morning to you. Thanks for...
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me, really. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
You'll always be a mentor and a friend.
Well, I appreciate that a lot. Few people I've ever met have had the patience to put up with my non-stop big mouth constantly. I never stop talking, never stop talking and stuff. But it's really wonderful to have somebody that knows LA like the back of their hand, that's lived here a lot of years, and knows the best restaurants and the best places to go, the good value stuff. So Kev, where were you born?
I was born in South Korea, in Seoul, and I lived there for a couple of years. And then my brother and I, we were fortunate, we got adopted by an American family.
Okay.
So then from there we went to Washington State, and that's where I spent the next 16 years of my life.
Okay. So you were there for 16 years, so that's interesting. So you have a birth certificate from Korea, or
yep.
You just, okay,
So I'm a naturalized
cool.
citizen, yeah.
All right, so you would be able actually to go back to Korea if you wanted to.
Well, I'm actually an American citizen, so I'd probably have to I could get dual citizenship if I want, but yeah.
Yeah, they're waiting for you back.
They're waiting for me to go back into the military over there and serve.
Yeah, as we stand in Radio Korea Plaza here on Wilshire Boulevard. So you then tell me about, I'm really impressed. I've never heard you talk about your military service or
Right.
anything. Talk about what inspired you to join the armed services. And number one, thank you for your service. I think
You're
that's
welcome.
Amazing. United States Navy. And what attracted you to the armed services? And what did you think of your Navy experience?
Right. Well, there were basically two things that influenced me to get to the service. Actually, my brother and I, we actually signed in through the buddy system. But there was a movie that came out. It was called An Officer and Gentleman with Richard Gere.
They lift us up where we belong.
Yeah, there you go. That was an awesome movie, and I was like, man, I can't become an officer yet because I haven't gone to college, but I will definitely go through the enlisted ranks. And then actually being in a small town and having strict parents, you kind of want to go out and see the world, so.
A lot of parents at that time, they're not really pro-military because of coming off the Vietnam and all their wartime experiences and things, and their feelings in Washington probably being a pretty liberal state up there.
Yeah.
Not gung-ho, but how was it in the Navy? Did it live up to you? I mean, were you walking through the factory carrying the girl at the end, the beautiful girl walking out the door, right? They lift us up where we was it everything you expected?
Well, I wasn't wearing the officer's hat, but
right.
After going through basic training, I did go through my A school, and then I was fortunate to go overseas and be stationed in Japan. So I was with the 7th Fleet over there. I was on a destroyer, and I was working as a cook, which is a MS or mess management specialist. Being stationed in Japan was awesome. It was probably one of the best experiences I had in my life, other than being in the Navy. But I just have to tell you one thing, Rosie. The acronym NAVY means never again volunteer yourself.
You got to be out of your mind, right? What else did you say? You joined the Navy to see the world.
I joined the Navy to see the world, and all I saw were see the world in the 7 seas, but all I saw were the damn bulkhead of a ship.
That's it, man. It wasn't any glamour of ports of call and exotic ports of call. Although Japan was, you loved being stationed in Japan. Okay, now you get out and you make your way to LA.
Yes.
Up here, you had a series of interesting jobs.
Yeah, I started out working in Japanese restaurants as a food prep, and then I decided that wasn't for me, so then I went to working as a server And then someone was trying to get me to become a bartender. I didn't want to do that. And then after that, I was in college and I got hired at a
Think of
Japanese.
all those girls you could have met as bartenders, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I could probably have been a good bartender. You know, I could have seen myself.
Yeah, you have a good gift of gab.
Thank you,
Like
thank
that.
you. Yeah, but I just think of, you know, having to memorize all those drinks at that time. I was barely, I think, what, 22 or something like that. It was just, I think it was getting a little bit overwhelming. But I did get a job at a Japanese tour company, which was awesome. I got to travel a little bit there too. So
Now Kev is like our male version of Elizabeth Taylor. You've been married multiple times.
multiple
right?
times, yes.
And I always say Kev was testing them out to to see what.
Yes, exactly.
But your current wife is really a wonderful.
Yeah, she's
I'm
awesome.
very honored to have been able to spend time with her. How did you meet her?
Well, it's interesting. I was actually watching Korean soap opera, and I was fascinated. I was like, you know what? It's about time I start learning Korean language. So I went to a store just up the street here on Western, and I saw this girl working as the clerk in it, and I said, you know, I'm looking for this soap opera. She said, we don't have it, unfortunately. And so I said, by the way, you know what? I am very interested in learning Korean. Do you know if anyone that would be interested to teach me Korean or who I could learn Korean? She says, oh, I can help you. So I was like, okay, let's exchange numbers.
Justice history.
Yeah, that was it.
I think you're an outstanding family. I mean, you get ribbed a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. I got to laugh sometimes. And people come on Kev's chat like, Kev, you're out eating and enjoying the high life. Your kids are starving to death.
Yeah, that's
Big
funny.
kids are hungry, you know. But I really think that you're an exemplary
Thank you.
father, and I really admire you for putting family first and things like that. It really shows. Let's talk about YouTube. How did you discover? Obviously, you got stable in life here in LA.
Yeah.
And things. When did you discover YouTube, and how did you discover? I mean, when did you start? Take us into the
Yeah.
IRL realm, the in real life, what we call streaming.
Yeah, I watched a lot of YouTube a few years ago because I don't have cable, and I found a lot of the van life videos very interesting. I started watching the Nomadic Fanatic, other van dwellers, cheap RV living, and I thought, this is a really interesting lifestyle. And then from there, I kind of gradually found out about the IRL streamers. And
Yeah, well, let me interject because you don't post a lot of comments on videos, but yet you were really in the Boyd, in the Boyd community because you followed the van dwellers, which are connected to the RV community. You know, Bob Wells and Camper Van Kevin,
Yep.
and those particular people. So I think that's kind of cool that Kev was a shadow Boyd member in there. So take me to the IRL part now.
well, yeah, actually, what happened is I was watching one of the channel. I won't mention the name because yeah.
Just a
but
channel.
anyway, he kind of turned me on to Ice Poseidon or IP2, and I started watching a lot of their streamers. And I thought, man, this is crazy content. I mean, how can anyone go out in the streets and do this kind of stuff? And it was just fascinating.
So you picked up a camera and
Yeah, I picked up a camera and started doing it. I always had videos up on my channel from just kind of keeping videos of whatever, family videos or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, I need to do this. I think that I've got interesting things to share. So
Yeah, I think you do. I think your life is fascinating, and I think I've told you before. You live in a city that is, and I think I got to say you've been impressed with what I come up with here in LA to put on video. You live in a treasure trove of a town. Weirdness, coolness, horrors, beauty, wealth. I mean, it's an incredible city here, Los Angeles. I personally love it. I think it's right up there as my favorite big city in America. So, the street streaming. How about IRL? You have to be a different breed of person to be IRL as opposed to somebody that uploads videos and then people comment, because in IRL you really put yourself out there for being like doxxed, and it's the heaviest trolling that you can have on YouTube.
you gotta have a thick
People
skin.
like to be the show. They like to be the show.
Right.
The side chat. We think we're the show, but people
No.
come to see the side chat.
Exactly.
The side chat. Was that a surprise to you?
Oh boy, it was. It sure was. At first, it was. You have to develop thick skin. You need to get used to it. It's funny because after you show them that you can handle the troll and you weather it out, they start respecting you. So.
And I think most of the people are very nice people. They're just there to have fun.
Right.
And their thought is, hey, you're putting your life out there, and I'm going to add to your show by putting funny comments and trolling stuff. And we certainly know from ICE and other people, this stuff can go really bad on streaming. FBI and
swatting,
seize computers, swatting.
Yep.
It's all part of that, but it makes it probably some of the most watchable stuff on YouTube too. Now, people don't watch it after a day or two, but in real time when that's going down, the numbers are big for streaming and things like that because people want to be around. You set yourself a goal of 4,000 subs by the end of 2020, which I think is doable. You're really accelerating now. You're getting doubled your views on Hangouts and things like that, and streams. Do you have any long-term goals for?
I want to go into more vlogging too as well, and do more travel videos. And of course, you know, the long-term goal at the very end is to get over 1 million subs.
Right.
That would be awesome, and to be sustainable, to be able to do this full time.
Because you've seen people on the road that, with the support of subscribers and people that they're able to, and watchers on IRL streams and things that they're able to.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, you got to have a thick skin for text-to-speech and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've both been disappointed with Streamlabs and the mess that is. But you found alternative ways. But it's fun, and people want to be in the show in IRL. They definitely want to be in the show. So I really hope that you reach 1 million subs. I think that you're a very unique individual on YouTube because of your incredible background. You know, being adopted out of Korea and being raised as really an American, and then wanting to rediscover your Korean roots. I admire that. I think you've built a wonderful life here in LA, and you know, I wish you all the success. You'll always be somebody that's welcome to the Rancho. Kev has come up and visited the Rancho before, and hopefully he'll always welcome me to LA. I think we've done some incredible content down here. So in 2021, one of my goals is to come down for a month or 6 weeks and take a short-term rental and really go deep here in LA. And hopefully Kev will be a part of that and stuff. So
absolutely.
With that, Kev, thank you very much for sharing your life. And once again, thank you for your service. I think that's one of the most significant aspects of in our community. All respect to people that have never been in the military myself, but I have total respect for those that serve their country, because they never know what could happen, and they're out there when the stuff hits the fan and things. So with that, guys, please sub up to KevTV if you've not subbed up yet. There will be a link down in the comment section down below, a pinned link with his pinned comment with his link to his channel. Please sub him up. Let's get him to 4,000 people. You know, he's a very agreeable, very fun person to be around. And you do daily streaming too. You'll do a morning coffee stream, and very, very mellow stream. So let's get him up to. Let's help him hit his goal.
Thank you.
Share him out on social media and let him know that KevTV is
Thank you.
Cool guy. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Thumbs up are appreciated, and let me know down below, you know, what you think of KevTV. So have a wonderful day, everybody.